Good afternoon from DC and good morning to our friends on the West Coast. We are so pleased to be joined by our members of the media and appreciate your continued attention to our upcoming 115th National Convention. Today, we will hear from our national NAACP leadership, our elected representatives from Las Vegas, as well as leadership from MGM Resorts, who will be hosting us in July. The speaking order is as follows. First, you'll hear from our chairman of the board, Leon Russell. Then you will hear from our president and CEO, Derek Johnson. We will then hear from chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, Stephen Horsford. And then we will hear from convention chairman, Michael Turner. Following Chairman Turner, we will hear from MGM Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Tony Gladney. And we will close out with our Director of Youth and College, Wisdom Cole. I'll now turn it over to our Chairman of the National Board of Directors, Leon Russell.
Good afternoon or good morning, as the case may be. For 115 years, the NAACP has regularly convened our grassroots leadership, people who are really the backbone of the civil rights movement and movement for racial equity. We convene to establish the policy and program of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People going forward for the next year. As we convene this year in Las Vegas, and let me say that we are thrilled to once again be in Las Vegas, but as we do so, our nation is at an inflection point, quite frankly. We feel that Black America in particular is threatened on many levels. But primarily, we are concerned by what we see as an attack by elected policymakers on the rights that this association has spent the last 115 years trying to first obtain and then maintain for the communities that we represent. We see all of the rights that we have fought for so many years under attack, whether it's the fight against equity, whether it's about inclusion, whether it's about our voting rights, whether we're talking about our very right to make our own healthcare decisions. We see the rights that we as a community and we as a nation have fought for so many years under attack. And so as we convene in Las Vegas in July, we will be there to set the policy and programs that are intended to lead the attack against those who would take us back. They want to take us back not just to the 50s and the 40s, but in some instances, as we look at what's going on, they want to take us back to a pre-Civil War era. And so our convention must strive to make people aware of the attack that they face, the threats that they face, and they must be ready to engage and mobilize so that at the end of the day, we protect not only our democracy, but that we protect the rights that protect us from a regressive nation and regressive leaders. We are quite frankly all in for this fight. We are all in to mobilize our communities. We are all in to educate the members of our communities at all levels why it is important for them to engage in this year's political process. We are all in for encouraging folks and educating folks about the issues that our communities confront. Social justice, equal justice are not just phrases. They are the essence of why we exist. They are what allows us to look back at the history of Blacks in America from 1619, when that first slave ship landed, to the current day, when people still want to figure out how they can either create a community for cheap labor by otherizing folks or promote second-class citizenship for those that don't look like them. This is a fight that the NAACP is all in to engage in. 2024 is a pivotal time for us. And so we look forward to coming together in Las Vegas to develop those policies, to enjoy what Las Vegas has to offer. But we know that when we leave Las Vegas, all of us must combine and be all in to fight for our democracy. So good morning. We're pleased that we will be in Las Vegas.
Thank you so much for those powerful words, Chairman. We are most definitely all in. Now I will turn it over to NAACP President and CEO, Derek Johnson.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Chairman Russell, for those words. The NAACP has stated we are 115 years old. The convention gives us an opportunity for our delegates from across the country to convene to establish the policy priorities of the association for the year and into the future. This year is one of the most important years in terms of our democracy that we have seen definitely in a generation and probably several generations. This year's election cycle isn't a choice between candidate A or candidate B or political party A or B. It is really a choice of whether or not we have a functioning democracy or something less than. NAACP has had a journey of making democracy work for all citizens to ensure equal protection under the law. So we are proud to partner with our local branch leadership, our state area conference leadership, and the chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, along with partners of like MGM. NAACP is as American as any institution in this nation. It is important for us to see our institution in a way in which we have the responsibility to increase voter participation to protect our democracy. We are now at a state of crisis in this nation, recognizing that globally we will cease to be a leader if we allow this democracy to fail. So our delegates will be educated on what's at stake, the power of their voice, to celebrate the power of their votes from 2020 as we prepare for November's election. So we look forward to convening in Las Vegas. It is the appropriate place to be. It is the right state to organize in, and we must show our power, not only in Las Vegas, when we leave from there, to show our power across this nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Johnson. We are now pleased to welcome our chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus and representative from Nevada's 4th District, Stephen Horsford.
Well, good afternoon, good morning to those of you on the West Coast. Thank you to President Johnson, to Chairman Russell, and to the conference chairman. I am really excited. This is an exciting conference coming to Las Vegas. Really the tremendous leadership that President Johnson has provided at the helm of the NAACP. And I'm really excited to join you for this call. I am Congressman Stephen Horsford. I'm proud to represent Nevada's 4th Congressional District and to also serve as chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. It's an honor to join all of you ahead of the 115th NAACP National Convention. The CBC is honored to have the continued partnership and support of the NAACP. And I'm a proud lifetime member, and to make sure that we keep building on the ground the people that are standing up for our freedoms, our rights, and the opportunities. So on behalf of the Congressional Black Caucus, I want to say congratulations on this year's upcoming convention. President Johnson, under your leadership, the best of the NAACP is still ahead of all of us. I also want to, again, thank Chairman Russell, Chairman Turner, of course, our local president, Savoy, and the wonderful folks at MGM Resorts and the home property Mandalay Bay for hosting this year's conference. And all of the union workers who are going to make sure that this event runs smoothly and you receive the best hospitality that Las Vegas can provide. For more than a century, the NAACP has been at the forefront of the most pressing issues facing Black communities around our nation. From the time of its founding to now, the NAACP has continued to fight to end race-based discrimination and to advance the political, educational, social, and economic equality for all of our communities. It's because of the work of the NAACP that communities around our country, including in Las Vegas, are able to live and to thrive, to work and to be entrepreneurs, and to achieve their piece of the American dream. I have participated in over the years in my own capacity, and I'm just so excited to have the national convention in Las Vegas. Under my tenure as chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus and throughout my years in Congress, the presence of the NAACP has been a constant. We have worked together to address issues of public safety and police accountability. We've worked to advance common sense gun reforms to keep our communities safer. We've worked to address the racial wealth gap that has persisted in our country, and together we have fought back against efforts to take away the tools of economic opportunity in our communities. Through it all, the NAACP has been a trusted and vital partner in the movement for racial justice and equality. Now, I'm proud to represent the 4th Congressional District in Nevada, which includes vast rural parts and a part of Las Vegas and North Las Vegas, as well as the historic West Side, where I grew up. Las Vegas has a rich history for the Black community. When segregation kept Black people out of our casinos and the entertainment center, the Black Strip rose up around Jackson Avenue. Legendary venues like the Harlem Club, the Brown Derby, the Cotton Club, the Chickadee, the Moulin Rouge were the homes of performers like Cab Calloway and Chubby Checker and Nat King Cole and Sammy Davis Jr. and Louis Armstrong and Harry Belafonte and so many others. But the community dealt with challenges even as we created our own success. Local officials passed ordinances to ban Black car dealers. Today, we work to make sure that Las Vegas's success with our resorts and casinos, our sports teams, international events like the Super Bowl and the F1 race, and conventions like this one and so many others results in opportunities and investments throughout our community, including the historic West Side and so many of our other working communities. So I want to enthusiastically welcome the NAACP to Las Vegas. I look forward to seeing many of the visitors venture off of the Strip into our local communities around the region, from North Las Vegas to East Las Vegas, and of course the historic West Side. So thank you for allowing me to join this press event today, and we welcome you to Las Vegas.
Thank you so much, Chairman Horsford. We are definitely very excited to descend on Las Vegas. Now I'm going to turn it over to our convention chairman, Michael Turner, who makes everything possible and has worked to innovate convention for quite some time now. Chairman, I will let you take the floor.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Alicia. I am honored and privileged to chair the 115th National NAACP Convention in Las Vegas, Nevada, later on this summer. The NAACP National Convention's continued evolution is reflective of our organization. Every year, we bring together some of the best and brightest to reach new heights. The Convention Planning Committee is proud to continue innovating to uplift the Black community and highlight Black culture. From presidents to award-winning entertainers, the NAACP has a long history of convening some of our nation's most influential leaders. This year, we're excited to partner with sponsors such as Amazon to bring together Black leaders driving technology innovation. While we can't share the panelists you'll hear from during the conversation, we are excited to bring together MSNBC's Rashida Jones, Fearless Fund CEO Ariana Simone, and esteemed journalist Jamil Hill. This convention is like none other because we actually have 3 in 1. We started convention with AXO, where students will compete for medals in science and technology, in entertainment, and culinary skills. Our youth in college will prepare to become leaders of tomorrow. And then we have our adults who will convene from our 2020 units from around the country in addressing a record number of over 180 resolutions, which is the core work of our units from around the country. Let's get to work and let Las Vegas know that Black America is all in. Thank you, and I'll see you in Las Vegas.
Thank you so much, Chairman Turner. We are now proud to welcome MGM Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Tony Gladney.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our 60,000 plus employees and our leadership at MGM Resorts and our partners at Mandalay Bay who are hosting the 115th annual convention, we are so pleased to be your host. You know, MGM Resorts has a long-standing commitment and partnership with the NAACP. We're so proud because when we at MGM Resorts think about our partners, we think about partnering with organizations who live that creed, as Martin Luther King said, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. And so we partner, and we're so proud to host the NAACP convention in our newly renovated Mandalay Bay convention space. We look forward to giving the members and all of the attendees the utmost customer service and the utmost service that they will continue to come back. Now, I want to share with you, because it's very, very important that our public knows the partnership with MGM Resorts, that the NAACP has helped us to be the type of company that is cutting edge from a diversity, equity, and inclusion perspective. In 2001, MGM took on the task of being the first company in the entertainment and gaming industry to take on a diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative. And with leadership such as Chairman Russell, such as the convention chair, Michael Turner, such as the president, Derek Johnson, and at that point in time, leadership of the NAACP, you all were very, very cutting edge to help us to make sure that we had an all-inclusive diversity initiative. And so we appreciate that, and we're proud of the continued progress that the NAACP is having and continues to have, because we're all in this together. And so we look forward to having all of you here, to dealing with issues that impact all of us, but that impact the sector that we make sure that for years, as me personally being a lifetime member of the NAACP, I've seen personally and my family has seen personally. We're so proud and we look forward to hosting and having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gladney. We're definitely very excited to join you all at Mandalay Bay in just a month. We will now hear from our final speaker, NAACP National Director of Youth and College, Wisdom Cole.
Thank you so much, Alicia. Good morning, good afternoon to members of the press, esteemed leaders of the NAACP, and honored guests. Today, we gather not just to reflect, but to reaffirm our commitment to a vision of justice and equality that has guided the NAACP for 115 years. Our annual convention allows us to look back at our achievements and forward to the challenges and opportunities ahead. This year, we are more energized and united than ever, embodying the theme of all in. The intergenerational nature of the NAACP is our strength. It allows us to advance the progress, change, which training, propelling our young people into their rightful position of power. America's youth are our future. They are the innovators, the dreamers, the leaders of tomorrow. But today, we find ourselves fighting against a campaign that seeks to drag us back to a less just and less equal past. Young people are all in on student debt cancellation because education should be a right, not a privilege. Young leaders understand that crippling debt limits opportunities and stifles dreams. We are advocating tirelessly for policies that make colleges affordable for everyone. Young people are all in on ending gun violence. The plague of gun violence has taken too many lives and shattered too many communities. We demand common sense gun measures to protect our schools, our neighborhoods, and our future. Young people are all in on ending police brutality. The call for justice echoes in every corner of our nation. We stand united demanding accountability, transparency, and fundamental changes to our law enforcement systems to ensure safety and justice for all. Young people are all in on women's reproductive rights. The right to make decisions about one's own body is fundamental. Young people are all in on climate justice. The climate crisis is the defining issue of our time, and we are committed to pushing policies that protect our planet and ensure a sustainable future for generations to come. And finally, young people are all in on ensuring that there is a new deal for our future. This includes economic justice, social justice, and a comprehensive reform that uplifts every member of our society. These discussions and more happen at the NAACP annual convention. In 2024, Gen Z alone will make up over 40 million potential voters, including 8 million who will be newly reaching voting age since 2022. This demographic will represent nearly 1/5 of American electorate. Today, youngest millennials, young people ages 18 to 34, are poised to be formidable forces in the next presidential election. Our power is undeniable, but is most to be harnessed by direct towards meaningful action. That's where we come in. Your engagement, your voice, your vote, they are critical. I urge each of you to volunteer for the NAACP's voter mobilization program. By doing so, you will help ensure that our community concerns are heard and addressed at the ballot box. Visit naacp.org/volunteer to get involved. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can ensure that our future is one of progress and equality. We are all in creating a brighter future, more just world for everyone. To our young people, see you in Vegas and see you at the polls this November. Thank you.